Hi, I'm David Krause. I'm the long-term interim rector here at St. Francis Episcopal Church in Temple, Texas, serving the southern portion of Bell County. And I'm sitting with Kyla Sherrard, who is the coordinator, Grand Presidente, El Jefe of the Solace ministry here at St. Francis Episcopal Church. It's something that I find really interesting, and I'm hoping you might find interesting too, or maybe even helpful, and maybe even something that you might be interested in for yourselves. So, Kyla, would you like to tell us a little bit about what Solace is?
Solace is a way for families to bring a family member who has some level of dementia to a well-organized group activity where they can have a non-denominational Christian viewpoint. They get to participate in activities and simply enjoy time from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock every Tuesday afternoon.
So is it really geared toward the care of the individual who comes, or is it geared for a respite for the caregivers to get away from, and I know that sounds kind of bad, but to take a little bit of a break from perhaps constant care of someone else?
It's actually both. We definitely direct what we do at Solace toward the individuals. And we are also there to give that respite to the families.
Is there a cost involved for this sort of thing?
No, there is no cost whatsoever. You come, the first few times, most families feel more comfortable if they stay for a session or two. And then once they feel comfortable with what goes on in our sessions, then they are willing to say, this is a good thing, and go off and do what they need to get done.
So what's a typical afternoon look like?
A typical afternoon starts with the Pledge of Allegiance, singing a patriotic song, and then having a devotional presented by several different people. It's throughout the community. We bring in people to do the devotional. And then it's also, after that, then we do hymn singing. After that, we do exercise. After that, we have a great snack, which is basically lunch. And then we usually have, on the first and third Tuesdays, we have entertainment. And then in between, on the second and fourth or fifth Tuesdays, we have crafts and games and bingo and all kinds of things, whatever the group is able to participate in.
So we start off, you mentioned, with the Pledge of Allegiance. Is there a patriotic component, or are we simply trying to plug into some of those long-term memories?
We are plugging into long-term memories. When people have dementia, things that are rotely learned early in childhood remain.
They stick along.
They are there, and that's something they can say right along and feel very comfortable doing.
Now, I've noticed over the past several weeks as I've come and helped out that the choices of hymns often follow the same sort of pattern. We're singing the golden chestnuts that folks may remember from a long time ago.
Exactly. We try to pick things that we know people would have heard early on. We do not pick modern day music. we pick the old hymns that they would have had at least passing knowledge of.
The old rugged cross, in the garden.
Right.
Now, this makes it sound pretty religious. Is this really a religious program?
No, it is not a religious program at all. And our entertainment is not a religious thing. Games are not a religious thing. It's just that the singing, and sometimes we sing, let's see, Down in the Valley. Sometimes we sing Clementine. We pick things that we know people knew the words to at some point in their lives.
From long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've skipped over that exercise portion. I know that I need a little more, but can we talk about that?
The exercise is mostly chair exercise. And then there is one portion where they do stand and do a little bit of movement, but we are very careful with our clientele to make sure that they're not trying to do movement that they're not capable of doing.
Now, I know you're not here in a professional capacity, but
No.
also you've got a background in medical care. And one of
Yes.
the things that's impressed me is the care and the simplicity of some of the things like learning to breathe and what a difference it makes.
I am a medical speech pathologist. I retired from Scott and White, and I always said that once I retired, I would come work with Tuesday Solace. And so, yes, I bring in things like breathing, making sure that we've got nice deep breaths, how it helps you relax, etc.
From my own experience, I can tell you it makes such a difference to take just a few minutes and concentrate on breathing deeply, holding it, letting it out. It's not complicated, but boy, do I sound different afterwards.
Yes, it does make a difference.
Now, we mentioned games. Are we talking board games, following the rules, or?
The way I would have been doing games with somebody, say, who had dementia, who came to my office for therapy, we modify our games, and our rules may not follow the same rules you used to use. We modify them to where they can succeed, they can do something, and have a good time at it.
And same way with the arts and crafts?
Same way there.
You know, this sounds an awful lot like some of the summer programs I went to as a kid. This city had recreational activities going on in the city parks. Mm-hmm. Only this is targeted for a somewhat older audience.
That is exactly it. We're here to make a difference and a positive outcome for the people who come.
Sounds like a wonderful time. And I know from my own experience, I actually enjoy it, and I'm not quite there yet, but enjoy it for myself.
I'm glad that you're coming. We enjoy having you there, and every one of the participants love having you there.
So there's no cost, great benefit, stress on doing things that are stored in long-term memory.
Mm-hmm.
You feed us, we feel better after coming, and even if it's just a few short minutes away from the constant demand of caregiving, it's a break for the caregivers as well.
Yes, and some of our caregivers even decide that they really enjoy seeing their loved one participate, and they just hang out with us.
Sounds like a great thing. So the time again, Tuesdays?
Tuesdays from 1 to 4. You can call St. Francis Episcopal Church to get more information about time if you don't get it from this. The number there is 254-773-4255.
And the address?
And the address is 5001 Hickory Road, Temple, Texas.
Sounds like a good time. Hope to see you there.
We'd love to have you come. Bye.